Do you want to start this one?
Okay. Hello.
You're not even gonna do the welcome back, guys.
Oh,
That's like our
You
thing.
should do it because you've been doing it.
Welcome back, guys.
Nice. This week we have Carter.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, Carter.
Anyways, you might be wondering, why are we wearing costumes?
I didn't want to ask, but I mean, if you're going to tell me, then
We did a rap.
that doesn't really clear things up.
We did a
frog rap,
rap.
and we want to show you it right now. Live reaction from Carter.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Frog rap. Okay. This is
That's why we have the frog costumes.
Yeah.
right. No, yeah.
That's me.
That's him.
Let's go. Oh, who's this?
Oh,
who's this
who-
guy?
Who's this?
Who's that guy?
So that's actually me.
Yeah.
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 Who's that cuddly character?
Are you also gay frogs like Frog and Toad or no?
No, we're not gay.
No, we're not gay.
Okay. How long is this?
Oh, this is my part. No, it's fine. You just.
Hold on.
It's getting to the good part.
Oh,
It's pretty short.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, I know that guy.
Hello.
Oh.
Got that Looney Tunes.
But
But it was
rewind.
worth it. Yeah, it was worth it.
That's why I have the VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this was actually one of the cooler parts about this is that all the like VHS stuff you see is like actual VHS footage that Jordan has like run through onto like his VHS player.
So no one else has given you any sort of feedback on this yet.
Well, I
No.
mean, we've given each other feedback,
Yeah.
obviously. Like
But I mean, like, he
I
sends
wrote my
notes, I
votes,
send-
and then in terms of
sends me
editing, well,
notes.
Jordan was in charge of the video editing.
Nobody who's not currently wearing a frog costume has.
No, well, there's only. I mean, there's not that
do
many.
you have like feedback to give, or
Do you want me to sugarcoat it?
I want you. Well, I mean, not. Well, technically, we still haven't. At this point, we haven't released yet.
it's
so we
not?
could
It's a work
still-
in progress,
Right.
And you
well,
know,
it's not actually because we said it was done.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of footage that we did cut out.
There is 5 seconds left. Is that
yeah.
gonna...
Let's see how it is.
See, that was...
I couldn't fucking hold it. I couldn't fucking hold it together. I couldn't fucking. I knew exactly what was gonna happen, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. We don't have an intro.
Okay. Hey.
Hello.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Close Contact.
Okay.
If you attempt to take it, I will spray you with this hose.
Okay. Message received.
I can't tell if you're from Breaking Bad or Pawn Stars.
We asked 100 Alzheimer's patients, what is the name of your firstborn child?
Old man getting up ASMR.
On April 4th, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee, Martin Luther King was assassinated on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel.
His name is Stuart Little, and he's a mouse, you ignorant fuck.
I was worried it was gonna get worse, so I
What do you
just...
mean it's gonna get worse? You gonna take more in there? You gonna shit in the shower and whatever?
So much tension.
Oh, welcome back, guys. I got really into method acting there, so, and Carter did such a good job of like not saying anything.
That's
So
me. It was a bit of a stretch for me, but
yeah,
anything,
the
anything
difference
for the
in
podcast.
how you acted when you were pretending to not like the video and how you're acting now.
It's 2 different people.
It's minimal, honestly.
it's unnoticeable. Okay, we're here once again to pitch ideas, one of which, maybe 2,
Oh.
might be made into a sketch someday in the future.
That's the plan. Let's introduce Carter a little
Yes.
bit more formally. So we, as in Jordan and I, joined Off Leash in 2019. And I think when we joined, Carter was already there, correct?
Carter came in
Yeah.
before us.
Yeah.
Just that old.
And he's there after us,
I know.
which is crazy.
What a dumbass.
No.
Yeah, we got out of that. We got out of that fast.
Phew.
We saw that it was going downhill with the new leadership.
Yeah.
Couple of soy
Which is
boys
Carter.
in charge now.
Yeah, and some of the, I mean, we've done work with Carter before in terms of like we have filmed a couple sketches. Obviously, we like made a couple magazines together. You wrote one of the greatest off-leash pieces ever to be published, Everything Bagel.
The Everything Bagel. Which
Yeah.
was that stolen by Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I vividly remember being in the theater after I wrote it, and I was like, "That's the thing."
That's I
did
haven't
that?
watched the movie, but I heard about it. I was like,
yeah.
did they steal that from
Stole my
Carter?
fucking idea.
If you haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, there is like an Everything Bagel
Yeah.
that is like the center of the multiverse or however you want to talk about it. And that is an idea that Carter wrote about in our college satire publication.
Like
a year before it came
Yeah,
out, or
right.
like
Maybe
maybe
not that far,
maybe
It
like
was, like,
6 months or
several
something.
months though before.
Something like that.
Technically,
Before he would ever be able to hear anything about that idea.
yeah, there's no way
Like-
that they could have heard it. I mean, and technically speaking, we published that first.
No.
Big cash
So-
payout. Apple, if you're
so-
listening, we're coming for you.
The Daniels were coming. Yeah, I mean, is there any other developments in terms of shows to look forward to or other follow-up magazines that you guys are planning on putting out?
That is the question, isn't it? We'll be looking at something. Something will happen in the spring. I don't know if we're going to shoot for one magazine or two magazines, maybe a live show.
How ominous.
I know. We'll figure it out.
I'm scared
Well-
already.
Good.
It's a mix of fear and excitement.
Somewhere in the middle. And that's what we call horny. Little bit scared.
A little scared.
Little bit excited.
A little bit excited.
Rock
all-
hard.
Rock.
Rock hard.
Right in the sweet spot.
Right.
Levi, you can take the frog costume, by the way. I don't want it anymore.
Oh, I can have two?
Yeah.
Can I have one? Or
You literally shit all over the video, and now you're
Well, he
asking
didn't
I-
shit over
well,
the frog costume, though.
that is true.
He didn't say the costumes were bad. He just said that what we did with them and all of the work that we did
Right.
to enhance the value of the costume is
enhance the value of the costumes. Is that what you
largely-
saw this as? Like,
Well,
we're
yeah.
buying some costumes, so
buying
they're
these
an
costumes.
investment. We need to make sure we
Or
are
I figured
able
it was
to
like
sell
a
them
tax
back.
write-off thing where I was like,
You're
well, we
oh,
want
man,
these costumes,
the
but we have
Mopop is
to.
gonna want their hands on these artifacts.
I'm just saying we can't be pop culture icons without pop culture artifacts. So, anyways,
This is true. I just glugged a lot of water straight into the mic.
yeah,
Hell
cool.
yeah.
So, in other news, Mopop is putting us in glass cases coming this summer. And with that, I think it's time we start pitching.
Let's pitch.
Here's my first idea. Someone's renting a house and they call their landlord and they're like, "Hey, my shower's backing up. I need you to come take a look."
Hey, you the plumber?
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah, no problem. My manager said it was an emergency.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad in there.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You know, I usually don't do things like this on my day off, but you know,
Oh my God, it's your
I
day
heard
off?
that. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's
Oh my
okay.
God,
I
I feel
like. It's
terrible.
really not a big deal. Usually, shower. You said your shower was backed up, right?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Yeah,
Right.
usually stuff like that should only take like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh,
Like,
perfect. Okay. Well, you know, you can come in here and take a look at the damage for yourself.
And then there's like a perfect shit in the corner of the shower. And the shower's completely dry.
what am I looking at here?
There's shit in my shower.
Yeah, no, actually, it's just like one shit.
It's a pretty good amount. I don't know if we can really tell whether it's just one shit or.
No, it's pretty
bunch of-
obvious. I mean, it is just a cylinder. So I don't know why you needed to call me out to come take care of this. It seems like you could probably fix it on your own.
I mean, listen, I'm no shower expert, okay, and I was worried it was gonna get worse. So I
What do you
just.
mean it was gonna get worse? You gonna take more in there? You gonna shit in the shower more?
What are you saying?
I'm
What are you
saying that,
right
you know, if I were to Sherlock Holmes this, it looks like a very solid piece of shit. I don't want to accuse you of anything here. You seem like a nice guy. But I really am struggling to see the logistics of this. I mean, looks like you got a cross hatch drain. I mean, how does that come out of there without being broken into multiple pieces? Like,
What are you saying?
I'm saying it looks like someone took a shit in your shower.
Are you saying that I took a shit in my shower?
I'm not
Is
saying
what
that
you're
you took a shit in your shower. I don't know, like, but that clearly isn't from a backing up drain. Like,
what more?
have
do
you ever seen a shower back up
there is
before?
shit in, and it's in my
Yes,
shower.
I can see that. It's very
Yeah?
obvious
We're
and
on the
it's
same page
very
there.
pungent.
Listen, you're trying to tell me I shit in my shower?
I don't know you.
I would not. Listen, there is shit, and it's in my shower. What more do you need to know that the sewage is backing up?
I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know what kind of sicko you are to bring me out here and to make me look at this. And by the way, I cannot stop looking at it. I'm making direct eye contact with it.
I am not asking you to make eye contact with it. I'm just
I know you're not
asking
asking
you
me
to fix
to do it. I'm doing it anyways. And I do have to say, it is impressive, but you didn't need to show it to me. And maybe if you had said, hey, I took a massive dump in my shower, do you want to take a look at it? I would have come up and seen it. But you didn't need to tell me that it's a backup drain because it's not a backup drain.
I didn't shit in my shower.
It looks like you did.
I did backed up.
Why did you bring me here? Why did you do this? What is going on?
An expert's help to fix my backup shower.
Who else has been here? Is this just you?
It's just me and my roommate Connor, so I don't know who else it could possibly have been.
Connor.
Yo. Oh, hello.
Hey. Your friend here called me. I'm a plumber, and he was having me take a look at the shower here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't happen to know anything about this.
No, I don't know anything about plumbing.
Okay, well, I wanted to get your opinion because I'm saying from my expert opinion.
There's shit in the shower.
Yeah, exactly. You see?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying too. I don't think that supports your argument any more than mine.
And you're a plumber?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, because it's backing up, so we need to fix it as soon as possible.
It is not backing up, though. It isn't backing up, because look at that.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Does that look like? Yes, there is. No, it's one. It's one. It's a single shit. So what makes you think that I'm going insane here? Which one of you guys did this? Because I need one of you to come clean, or else I am going to call my boss about this, and I'm going to tell them to never serve at this house again.
Well, we don't want that, because the shower might back up again later.
That's true.
We wouldn't want that.
I was
So we
worried
should
it was going to
probably
get
figure
worse.
out
I was
who
telling
shit
that
in the
earlier.
shower.
So yeah, I just wanted to be a like long back and forth of this guy playing the straight man of being like, yeah, no, I don't know how to fix this, but I need you to do something because there's a lot of shit in my shower, and I'm really hoping we can get some cinematic shots of the poop in the foreground and like have it like divide the screen, and they can each be on like one side of the peak.
I'm not
to
a huge
represent
fan
the
of
metaphorical divide
of
between
shit
them.
humor. It ain't my style. The concept makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could be around fake poop that long in film.
I'd like to think I'm above it, but I know
But
I'm
how?
not.
But it would be so funny.
It would be very funny.
It would be so funny. Especially if we got like
But,
a
like,
white bathtub and it's perfectly clean, except for this one like perfect little turret.
I feel like you know that I have a bathroom and a bath that is never in use. And
I didn't
you
write
wanna...
this for you. I wrote this for me.
I did it for me.
Yeah, that's my first idea.
Okay, from the makers of Advil AM and PM.
Okay.
Hummus PM.
Fuck off, Carter.
Fuck
Okay, see, here's the thing about this one. This was an idea for the magazine.
Yeah, no shit.
What a surprise! What a surprise!
insane fucking bitch.
That is it. I love it though.
Hummus P.M.
You don't understand how long I have grappled with this. Like it. Like
Did you pitch this at a meeting?
I did. It was like I had a whole thing that was going to be about like products at night, and this was the only one that anybody thought was funny. But I didn't have anything else. All I had was
Hummus
the
PM.
idea of Hummus PM. I spent like a month trying to figure out what it would be.
Like
how it would take
more
shape. I had-
products? Are you
No,
saying? Or like
just
how to
Hummus
take
PM.
Hummus PM and
What is it? How do
Well,
I
it's
go
just
about
hummus
this?
with a sedative, and it's blue.
Barbiturates. Well, that's kind of what I settled on was
blue
barbiturates.
It's blue hummus. We could so easily do this. We just put
we
blue
can do
food
this.
dye
We can
in
make
hummus.
this.
Hummus
You came to the
PM.
right guys.
You came to the right people.
You guys actually have the budget for this stuff. We don't.
I buy hummus
My favorite part was,
semi-regularly.
my favorite part was having multiple people in multiple meetings say to me, "So I was thinking about Hummus PM the other day."
So you remember that hummus PM idea you had again?
That's so funny. They're like, run it back.
I want to see it in like social context too, where it's like people are like at a cookout and they like
Yes.
take the hummus PM.
Yeah,
or like in the
does
office.
it make them sleepy?
Yes, it does.
That was the only thing I could really come up
Because
with.
I think it's more funny if it's just like normal hummus that's for the night.
Your hummus now. No, I thought you were gonna say with like the flavor of a PM cough syrup.
Yeah, I just kind of assumed it would. It's like for me, it's way better if it's just like normal hummus, but it's like
Only for
nighttime.
Do not. What happens if you have a
Do
hummus PM?
not take this before noon. Like, don't say anything. They're just really fucking serious.
It's like gremlin logic.
PM hummus. It's in the name. Hummus PM.
I want it to start like seeming really authentic to like Greek culture, like Opa. Feel the Greek Mediterranean Sea touch your legs. Hummus PM. It seems like is this a travel ad for Greece? No, Hummus PM.
That would be so fucking funny. It's like the first 15 seconds are like beautiful shots of like the Greek rooftops and like the Mediterranean Sea and people like snorkeling, and then it just cuts to like two people at a restaurant and it's like and they're like, "I'll have the hummus PM." They go, "Very good choice." Okay, all right, we'll toss it back your way, Jordan.
It's my turn. Did you like that?
No.
That was
I'm
nice.
gonna auto tune that.
Okay.
Hey, hang on. I'm gonna get myself a good auto tune play. It's my turn.
I don't feel like that was
That
the
was
best
worse
you
than
could
the
have
first
done,
one.
but
I do have an idea where it's just like two guys sitting around, and then one of them like they're like, "Oh, can you like put in? Can you adjust the fire?" And the guy just like sticks his hand in. They're like, "Yo, whoa, whoa, dude! Did you?" He's like, "What? What am I doing?" He's like, "You, Jesus! Did your parents never teach you that? Like, it's like, what? You mean like the fire?" It's like, "Yeah, it's hot." He's like, "Oh, hang on, let me just fix it." And then he's like, "Whoa! What are you doing?"
and he like takes his hand out and it's like covered in like boils and he's
It's like, what?
this really hurts.
Why didn't you guys say anything? It's like the idea that he keeps being like, "Oh yeah, no, I got it." And
I got it.
he keeps reaching back into it. Dude, stop.
I like that one. I like that idea. All right, go ahead, Carter. Let's edit.
Let's see what we got here. Guy who lives in a warm climate, so he doesn't know what happens to your balls when it gets cold outside. He's like, man, if there's two things I love in life, it's the sunny weather here in Southern California and also the generally constant shape and location of my testicles. Like, it's been hard being here in Washington, because like normally those guys, it's like they're so low hanging. It's like somebody put 2 pool balls in a knee sock. Like I'm just swaying side to side. It's like a grandfather clock, But all of a sudden, you step out here in Washington, and you're like, oh God, oh fuck, oh shit, where my balls at? I think it'd be fun too if it was like a conversation with his doctor. Like he's
Doctor, there's something.
Okay, keep going.
Doctor, there's something incredibly wrong with me. The images you painted in my head were very graphic.
Yeah,
I would like to say.
I like the idea of him like stepping out of the plane and being like, look, like
Whoa.
freaking out. Like you could also do it where it's just a situation where like he gets like no context, just gets off the plane, and that's how the dialogue starts, where he's like, where the fuck are my balls? And then you just like lead into like that fact that he's lived there his whole life. That could be a fun angle. Now all we have to do is rent a plane.
That's all.
Okay.
It's almost too easy.
This is not making the cut.
Okay, you can. I'm gonna put my mic down.
Okay. All right. I think I pitched this to you, Jordan. So this will be a first time for Carter.
Oh God. Okay.
So it's a costume party, and
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, this is promising.
Okay.
I don't remember, but I kind of know a little.
You remember how you felt. but
Yeah,
not-
I remember how I felt. I don't remember what it was.
Right.
Okay. You're gonna pick up on it pretty quick here. So it's a costume party, and people are just walking around, and then 2 people come together, and they're like, "Oh, you're Jack Sparrow," and he's like, "Yeah, good eye. What are you dressed as?" And she's like, "Let's see if you can guess." And she's in all white, and she has little like diamond kind of studs all over her. And he's like, "I see like a rock star thing," and she's like, "No, I gotta get that. It's more of like, I'm actually more of like a kind of like a concept sort of like I'm not a person, I'm like an event." And he's like, "Okay, I don't." And she's like, "Okay, it's kind of gonna spoil it a little bit, but think about weather." And he's like, "Oh, so you're like a cloud?" And she's like, "Well, it's cloud related." Kind of like points to the diamonds, and he's like, "Oh, rain." And she's like, almost. And he's like, "Hail." And she's like, "Yes, you got it. I'm hail." And he's like, "Cool." So yeah, what's been? Oh, also, aren't you dating Mark now? And she's like, yeah, I am." And he goes, "Oh, that's cool. Did you guys didn't do like a couple's costume, did you? Because what is he?" And she's like, no, we did." And he's like, "Oh, so you're Hale, and what is he?" And then she goes, "Oh, Mark's right over there." And he turns around, and Mark is just in a full Hitler costume.
I remember. I didn't know where that was going. I gotta be honest. I completely forgot.
And he's just like, "John, like, good to see you, buddy." And everybody is horrified.
Let's leave this one in. I like this one. We can't ever film it because that means one of us would have to buy.
Or Carter.
Carter. I feel like I could do the Hitler. Pretty.
Yeah, you could pull it off.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
Yeah, you could pull off Hitler. I think.
With the like.
Yeah.
like
We have
that.
the better hair for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want the last little bit to be like him, like the guy in the Hitler costume coming up and being like, "John, oh, I see you met Janet. Get it? She's Hale."
I think
And
it's funnier
I'm-
I think it's way funnier if you just see a single shot where he turns around and then it cuts off right there.
And it's Hitler standing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my Hail Hitler couple's costume idea.
I love that one.
I was wondering how you were going to salvage that one.
Yeah.
I was. What are we building to here?
It was a long one.
So that's a bit offensive, so I'm only going to leave in the part where I say that I would be a really good Hitler. Okay, this one I don't know if I've pitched already. I edited the episode that I wrote it for, and I didn't share it. But let me know if it has been done. It's Are you smarter than your 5th grade bully?
Nope, I haven't heard this.
It's just that. Are you smarter than your 5th grade bully? It's like, are you smarter than a 5th grader? But they bring out your bully, and they're like,
and like they're an adult now.
they're an adult now.
Oh
You're both
my
adults,
God.
and they're like, are you smarter than the person that used to like shove you into a porta potty? Let's see.
Oh my God, that could be so. Especially if the bully's really smart.
Yeah, the bully like went like cleaned up his act, went to like
Harvard,
Princeton.
yeah.
Like he's like, oh, like they do the like interviews beforehand. It's like, I remember him. He came from a really shit family. They always used to like fuck with my stuff, and he was so mean, and I hate him. And then the other guy's like, I graduated last year. I now work in digital marketing.
Yeah, he's like, and then like as soon as the show starts, he's like, you know what? I just wanna come out and say it, Clark. I'm so sorry for the way I treated you. And like the whole time he like keeps trying to hold a grudge. Like,
oh man,
he's like, you don't need. Whatever, man.
Whatever, man. You don't have to do
like,
this.
I was in the wrong. I was acting out, and honestly, it's just because of the way I was treated at home, and I'm not allowing that to continue.
Okay,
in
I'm
my
here for
own
like the
family.
show.
Yeah.
You do realize that, right? We're not supposed to. We don't have to do this.
We don't have to be nice to each other. And he's like, no, I really mean this. And the whole time the guy's like, fuck.
I have lost sleep over the past 12 years thinking about my actions.
I was laying awake at night in that Afghan refugee camp, just thinking about you, man, and just feeling so much shame.
And then he proceeds to like annihilate him in the show. So like literally before the host even finishes the question, he's just
What
like,
is the
Argentina.
capital?
It's like,
Before they even finish.
before they even finish, he's like, yeah, no, I learned that on my trip to Morocco when I was helping youth damaged by the war. And their families. It was a really hard thing to see, but obviously, I guess I picked up some knowledge, and more importantly, I helped those children find a new passion.
What animal has a long
Cow. And the other guy the whole time is like, yeah, and like they keep coming back to the other guy, and he's like, yeah, I work at REI. I think you're up.
Okay, me toca a mí.
Did you just? What did you just say?
Gay sex is okay.
I would never say
I
something.
thought you just spoke Japanese for a second.
Oh, Spanish.
Spanish.
Oh.
It's
Pretty close.
Close enough.
Here's a fun fact. I thought.
What?
Do share. Do share.
Oh,
I think
no.
I thought. No, it wasn't. I thought some like Japanese phrase was Spanish for so long. It wasn't konnichiwa because I know. I feel like no, maybe it was konnichiwa.
You thought konnichiwa.
That I was like for whatever reason. I thought I was
Konnichiwa.
like konnichiwa, bitches. I was like,
Yeah, you say that all the. Did you think that was?
I think there was a pretty long period, as in like the last 20 years, where I thought
I used to.
that konnichiwa was
It took me
Spanish.
until senior year of high school to figure out that Colorado and Chicago weren't both cities.
See, I feel like we all have like little things like that where it's like,
I'm like,
I'm not
Colorado
gonna
is
tell
a
anybody
state? Like, when did this happen? Chicago is all the way on that side of the country? I thought it was in Colorado. the
we all
city.
have little gaps of knowledge.
Yeah.
You know?
It took me a very long time to realize why donut holes are called donut holes.
What?
Like it's
That's so funny.
it's the whole.
Because there's no hole in
in the
them.
donut.
You're
Yeah.
like, what?
That's, it took a long time.
That's awesome. I'm glad we all came clean about
Yeah.
something.
I'm glad we all
something
like
today.
had a
learned a lot.
breakfast club moment. We
Yeah.
all like.
We're all honest.
I feel closer to you guys now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was sick.
I feel like we really overcame all of our insecurities and are now more fulfilled people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about that.
Me neither. That's just
genuine,
fucking cute.
genuine moment. No comedy here, folks.
Someone who tells you that they don't like to wear their glasses because they don't like the way that they look, but they tell you at like the worst possible time. Like you're driving together
Mhm.
and they're driving And they're like, you know, like I don't like the way that it clashes with my face shape. You know, and you're like, that's cannot be safe. Like, what if you hit someone? And they're like, well, like most people are pretty good at getting out of the way. I think.
It's not like their eyes aren't working.
Right. Like they're fine. I mean, some of the older ones that, you know,
I
they
think
can
a lot of
move
people
like they used to, and
Yeah, and most people
But-
look good with glasses, so I
Right.
feel like I'm kind of the exception, and
right.
I gotta do what I gotta do.
Right.
Gotta
And
do me.
even if you do hit someone with your 2003 Subaru Outback, at least their final thought wasn't, look at fucking Four Eyes over here coming at me and round rimmed glasses for your heart shaped face. Oh, that's a bold choice. As
That's a bold.
That's a bold choice.
short but sweet.
Did I already pitch the idea I had about giving like the talk, but it's like a press conference?
No, no.
It's like, listen, we've heard the allegations that you're growing up, and I just want to address them now in a forthright and concise manner. Okay? Now, I'm not sure if you've heard about the penis, but like it like just keeps going. Like, and the guy and the kid that is being told this is like, "Dad, can we just like have an actual conversation?" He's like, I am hearing a lot of different thoughts in the room, and I would just like to save questions until after this is over.
So is the kid sitting next to him on the podium or like in the audience?
In the audience.
Yeah, okay.
And it's not even a podium.
And
it's
there's
just
nobody
like,
there.
There is nobody. It is just him and his son.
Empty
And he's like,
conference room.
Empty conference room. Like, now, I'm sure you are all wondering.
Have you guys seen the show Naked Attraction?
Yeah.
No. So it's a British TV show.
Sorry, I answered that way too fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I like the naked part. It's a British TV show where it's kind of like a dating thing, but the first thing they show you about these people is their genitals. And it's British TV, so it's like uncensored. And
Yeah.
so yeah, you just straight up got like 6 dicks.
I watched it with my
On
mom,
TV.
but it was censored. So it's okay.
Oh, the actual version is uncensored, or
Yeah.
you can see it uncensored at least. They do show that version. So it's this show, but they keep cutting back to one guy's like really weird dick. And like,
And how do you propose we film this one, Levi?
this is purely conceptual. But I just think I think it would be funnier if like the contestant on the show and the host like are discussing all of them, but the camera guy like keeps going back to like this guy, like it just keeps cutting back as they're like in the middle of talking to like talking about this one. It kind of like slow pans over. this other guy's dick, and then it's like, and now this one, and it like quickly like moves moves back to like the next guy. Yeah.
This is we are this podcast.
Yeah, this shit's wacky, dude. Sorry,
It's a different
crazy-
flavor of podcast.
it's a crazy
A little
fucking
more
show.
salty, a little more sweet.
I don't know why.
Is
Is this a cum joke?
This is a cum joke, yeah.
This is
Yeah, a little sticky.
opaque.
You know, this podcast, it's a little stinky too.
Yeah. Okay. Carter, you want to go?
Sure.
Oh, wait, what's your next idea?
Guy who gets beat up and or has an STD and tries to play it off as a hickey. Like somebody's like, "Oh my god."
Or has an STD.
Well, like mouth herpes or something. Like I don't know.
Either he gets the shit kicked out of him, or he has herpes.
What are the others? Those are the only two options here.
Okay.
So somebody's like, "Oh my god, what happened?" Like, "Well, you have a black eye." And he's like, "Oh, it's not a black eye. You know, the old girlfriend got a little bit too rough last night." And it's like, "Oh my god, did she hit you? Like, are you okay? Like, that's fucked up." And he's like, "Oh, no. That's just a hickey."
On the eye?
And they're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's just a little bitty hickey. I mean, we know how it goes." And he's like, "Dude, hickeys are not big. And
also just the suction, like on your eye.
well, he's like, well, I'm just really into eye play, and so you know, he's like, okay, well, okay. His friend's like, let's just play this out. Okay. Let's just. I'm just gonna hear you out with an open mind. So your girlfriend's mouth is pretty decent sized. About what? About fist sized? Is that what you're trying to tell me here? Like not. He's like, yeah, well, it is, but like not like a weird size, not like a snake unhinging its jaw or anything, but like just big enough to leave this fist size hickey on my eye from all of the eye play that I've been getting up to.
What if it was all like upper chest, and then after the whole monologue, the guy who's questioning him is like, so what about that? And it like pans out, and he's like sitting in a wheelchair with like 2 broken legs. He's like, oh, it was crazy, man. Let me tell you. Yeah.
It was, those hickeys were intense.
She's
Let
got
me
a
tell
mouth
you.
on her. Oh god. I play.
It's a real thing.
I know it's a thing, and I'm not judging
It's a
anyone
thing.
who does it. It's just
Be an ally, Levi. Be an ally
I'm an
for all.
I play ally. Suck my cornea. Yeah. Sorry. This just says customer complaint. There's never any good head on airplanes. Which I don't know. I haven't had any good head on airplanes.
Have you had any head on airplanes?
But I've never had any good head. Is the point that I'm making?
whoa.
It's
Not
not,
answering the question.
You're
it's not,
getting
it's not whether I have
Levi.
or
If that's
haven't.
true, you're getting into heaven, man.
It's not whether. Let's not talk about whether I have or have not, which I haven't. But I'm saying, given my lack thereof, I technically also haven't had good head on an airplane. Here's my next idea. I recently started watching Breaking Bad.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I had this idea of guys, these meth heads that are like really into the flavor profile.
It's like wine.
Like wine tasting.
Yeah, they're like, it's like a drug deal, and they get a little sample of the product, and they're like, rubbing it into their gums, and the one guy's like, God damn, that is fucking scrumptious.
That is just delectable. Let me just say.
The fucking umami on that glass is crazy, yo. That shit is tight. Tight. Yeah. Yeah, they call over 2 guys. They're like, "Hey, knife man, baby killer, you gotta come try this." And they walk over and put on little meth bibs.
They're like, oh, this pairs so nicely with dark chocolate. I
You're
just
like-
want to say.
I just feel like with a Bordeaux or maybe this crystal is just such a nice complement to all of the flavor profiles that naturally come from those French grapes. And
Yeah.
you just can't find that anywhere but New Mexico.
Okay, this one is a long idea. It's white elephant. You got 3 bros doing a white elephant, and one of them brings their 600-page memoir to it as a white elephant gift.
Of themselves, their
Own memoir that they
Okay.
just finished writing.
Okay.
And they're like, and the guy gets, and he's like, dude, this is great. I'm gonna read this, and he's like, thanks, man. And there's just silence, and he's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna open my gift now. And he opens it, and the other guy's like, so are you gonna read it? He's like, yeah, of course, totally. And then he pulls out the gift, and he's like, oh shit, AirPods, thanks, Mark. That's great. From the other guy that's there. And then the guy asks again, are you gonna read it? He's like, yeah, hang on. And he picks it up. Let's say this is the book. He looks at the back. And he's like, yo, you have to open the book to read it. It's like, okay. And he starts looking at it. He's like, can you read it out loud? And he's like, can we do this later? And he's like, please, guys, I just really want feedback. He's like, all right. Okay, fine. I'll read the book. Chapter 1, My Childhood. Ma, Pa, I yelled out to my ma and pa. Old man Guthrie had just found, I thought this was your memoir. And the guy's like, it's getting there. He said, okay. had found a strange rock. The rock was magical. Okay, you officially cannot call this a memoir anymore. And the guy keeps trying to get him to read. He's like, okay, was magical and was captured by the Spaniards in 1946. Dude, what even is this? And the guy's like, you know what, I'll take it back. He's like, no, it's my gift. And it just sit there. And then the guy who gave the memoir is like, okay, I think I know what's going on. Someone, and I won't say who, I won't name them, got a gift that wasn't good for White Elephant and maybe got a little carried away, and that person is sorry. Another person's like, oh, thank you. And that guy's like, I mean, like, who brings AirPods to a white elephant?
Okay, you know the people that wear like really tall beanies,
Yeah.
and you're like, why are you doing that? Like, is it a stylistic thing?
Okay.
Where you know, like it's like
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like
it's up
up.
there.
It's like a
sits
nipple.
off the top
It's-
of your head.
yeah, like a nipple, I guess. But I'd like to think that it's not a stylistic thing. It's more of like a Ratatouille situation.
Okay.
So like you're at the skate park and you know Kevin's hitting some sick tricks, ollies, kickflips. But if you're gonna give anybody credit, don't give the credit to Kevin, because it's not Kevin. It's the rat under his Carhartt. Like
Stuart.
that's Stuart. Well, he's a mouse.
Stuart medium.
Stuart medium.
Stuart Medium. Stuart Medium.
And that's the sketch name right there.
It's funny you said I have more Stuart Little stuff for later.
Oh, really?
This is just the beginning right here.
Stuart Extra Little.
So is the little sorry, what do you want to call them?
Well, that's the other thing I
Should
was
they
trying
be
to-
my like?
That's the
are you-
question. Would it be a rat? If you're
I
like,
feel like
what would be the equivalent here?
for
If rats cook,
Right.
if
who
rats,
who skates?
Who skates?
skates?
What vermin skates?
A chinchilla?
I feel like they're like fashion.
A guinea
That
pig?
feels a chinchilla feels too high scale to be skating to me.
Guinea pig feels
Guinea
like
pig
farmer
can't do it.
energy to me, in
Yeah.
all honesty.
I feel like it'd have to be a bug. A little
Interesting.
grasshopper. A spider.
I don't know enough. Yeah, I don't know enough various. Couldn't be. What if it was a mole?
Ooh.
I think a mole would work.
That'd be
like
fire.
a
I like
naked
that.
mole rat that has no eyes.
Oh, like from Kim Possible? That'd be sick.
Yeah.
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 They're really, I think they're really silly looking. Those little mole rats. Like,
well, you
so
also
tiny.
have snails for pets.
I do have
So
snails for
so
pets.
you're-
One day we will get
Tracks.
the snail cam going where we'll have a GoPro in there during the show.
That would be pretty fire. We'll get that.
I wanted to
eventually.
do that last time.
You still have the snails.
Yeah, they're over
Yeah,
there.
they're in the dark.
How long do they live?
Too long.
They can live up to
Sorry.
10 years. The one that I had
I
that
don't take
passed
it back.
away lived for 5 years. They live longer than mice.
Was it your
I
fault?
almost thought you were gonna say people. Like,
They live longer than people.
like turtles. They're like, they live longer than people that die really early.
I
Like,
I really want to actually get like a tortoise, just so people like have to take care of something after I die, and like
Just
my
so you can
legacy
be
lives
a
on in a
burden?
mind. Yeah, I want to be a burden. These are people that's like, oh my god,
You
my,
are in-
my
in
great
life,
grandfather's
Jordan.
turtle
Don't worry.
is still here. In fact, there was one in my parents' neighborhood that escaped, and for like 2 days we kept getting alerts about like a turtle that was like on the run, which like we don't know how it got that far. It like went from our neighborhood like 2 miles away
You were-
before they found it.
You were getting like turtle amber alerts?
Turtle
Like-
Amber Alerts, basically. No, I don't think it was actual Amber Alerts, but it was all over like the local news. And like, I don't remember hearing about it, but people would be walking down the street and they just see like a tortoise like walking past them on the sidewalk. It's like, what? I'm like, how did people see it and not like be like, okay, well, I'm gonna take this and make sure that it's okay,
Or make soup.
or make soup. Typical Seattle freeze.
typical. Nobody has the balls to approach
A tortoise.
tortoise.
I know, right?
But I did want to follow up and ask:
Yes.
does the mole rat also have a little Carhartt beanie and overalls?
Oh, like a Russian nesting doll.
Yeah.
Of like, oh.
Yeah.
That should
Well,
have
it
been
does now.
That should have been the sequel to Ratatouille, is that he gets a chef hat and then like he finds out that someone has been
like a
controlling him. the whole-
flea.
It's a flea, yeah. It just keeps getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah. I could dig
Yeah.
that.
It's like
I can do that.
Spider-Verse, but Ratatouille.
Mm,
Yeah. Can we
Yeah.
move on? Can we just... I'm not going to wear the costume anymore.
Okay, let's see. What do I got here?
Okay, so all the ideas that I really had are gone now. So this one just says the sex lives of mariachi band members.
That's so funny.
That's it. I don't know. It's just like one of those like documentaries. It's like the sex lives of mariachi band members.
It's just ominous guitar.
Do you think mariachi band members? Do you think their sexy time playlist is
Mariachi music?
All like really
Yeah.
upbeat
like
mariachi.
Yeah. I feel
I'm
like
trying to.
I don't know. I feel like that would be okay. I would be okay with that.
I'm trying to picture it now. The
Well,
tempo and
There's a natural beat. I like it.
that's all you need.
yeah, that would be hilarious. And now my new goal in life is to have sex to mariachi music.
That's a good goal to have.
Yeah, mix it up.
That's actually
off
how I thought of
R&B.
the idea.
Yeah. Is it came on shuffle?
Yeah. Yeah. I want you to know that my sex playlists are almost exactly the same as every other playlist that I've shown you that I have.
That's
with the really bad. No,
horrifying.
I'm kidding.
That's horrifying. If you don't know, Jordan makes exclusively ironic playlists.
I got
So-
specifically seasonal. I have a really bad
ironic
Christmas music
seasonal playlist. Yes.
playlist. I have a really bad Halloween music playlist.
The
and
Halloween one is actually hilarious.
I love the Halloween one. It's now my favorite.
Yeah.
And then I also have just like my own personal collections of songs that I hate. And I listen to it while I work. Like the main things I listen to when I'm
drives
working.
him.
It does. Because think about it. When you're working,
I thrive off negativity.
when you've been copying and pasting into an Excel spreadsheet for like 6 hours, like normal music isn't going to keep you awake. It's not going to keep you engaged. It's not going to keep you interested. I need to hear someone screaming about Batman with a out of tune guitar in the background in order to keep myself engaged. Is all I would like to
God.
say in my defense.
It's a radio.
And
host
that's the
trend.
9 to 5, folks.
Kitchen Nightmare style show with Gordon Ramsay or some chef. It doesn't have to be Gordon Ramsay. There's other chefs out there. And he like visits a restaurant that is very clearly involved in some like illegal activity, like mafia stuff. But he's really just upset about the state of the restaurant. Like he's not really
I think there is literally a Kitchen Nightmares episode like that.
really.
That's
Dude,
like
that's such a-
clearly a criminal.
But that's such a good sketch idea.
It is
That's
so good.
So funny.
He's like walking into the freezer. Because he has to every episode walk into
Yeah.
the freezer.
Yeah,
and
that's a
get-
big
Yeah.
part of the
Oh,
episode.
what the fuck is this?
yes, exactly. And like you can see like a really poorly. There's a body back there. Like,
Yeah,
there's a body back there.
we
There's a
have
body on the
that
shelf.
prop.
I mean, yeah, the classic comedy moment of like, what is this? And he like moves the body back and he's like, this is moldy in the freezer. Do you know how long it takes to get mold in the fucking freezer?
He's eating the food. There's like a finger in it. He's like, oh, look at that. The fucking bone's still in it. I can't fucking believe this.
That's an awesome sketch idea. Oh, that's so funny.
So God, the big man upstairs, calls a press conference to sort of clear the air on gay sex because, as I'm sure you're aware, some people believe that it's not. The whole is not very godlike.
Carter, you're welcome to express whatever beliefs you may have, but just know we may
I'm not.
disagree.
I'm not saying me. I love gay sex. Well, I don't. I don't. Well, I don't love it, but I
Appreciate it.
I appreciate.
I'm gonna. This is a good bit right here. Is guy who's trying to defend gay sex, but is like lightly homophobic. He's like, no, I'm all for gay. Well, I'm not me.
No,
Don't fuck
no.
me. Don't. That's gay, which is fine. But like,
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
yeah. Okay.
And they're like, well, they're like, but you know, sir, Mr. God, can you confirm that gay sex is an abomination? And he's like, oh no, man, that was always part of the plan. Like, I mean, picture you're me, and you're designing the male body. Like, you could put the male G spot anywhere, Do you really think? Do you think I wasn't thinking ahead? You think I just accidentally put it next to the prostate? Like, are you familiar with the movie Star Wars: A New Hope?
What? What?
In the movie Star Wars: A New Hope,
I like that God is using a Star Wars metaphor.
Okay, no, keep going.
well, of course, when you think about Star Wars, you think about sex, right? Obviously, but
Yes.
they blow up the Death Star, right? They blow up the Death Star. They fire the torpedoes into the fucking, I don't know, what is it? What is it?
The chute.
Exhaust port. The exhaust port. The little exhaust
Yep.
chute thing.
Okay. Yep.
And you're like, okay, cool. There's a whole other movie about how that is not a design flaw, that is intentional, and Mads Mikkelsen put it there. So you have no right to be upset if another man wants to guide his X-Wing into your exhaust port. That's Mads Mikkelsen willed it so.
Straight man God using the Star Wars metaphor for gay sex is awesome. That's so funny.
And by extension, I think God would be pro-pagan too,
Probably, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you can't.
I
Just,
guess so. I feel
Well,
like
yeah.
we could combine several of these
yeah.
ideas into master. No, I'm not saying we're gonna do that.
I do
No.
kind of like the idea of like following that whole thing where he's like, yeah, no, I just like believe, man and a man, I design him that way. And then someone's like, so what do you think about like lesbianism? And he's like, keep that word out of your fucking mouth. Don't you fucking bring that up around me. And just like zaps him out of
Dead.
existence. If any women here.
I need to close my window. We're getting a little rowdy in here.
I don't know why, but I kind of had this idea when you were talking about like how many, there's a lot of variables involved in this, but like how many guys, what's the minimum number of guys that it would take where if one guy put his dick in the other guy's butt and then the next guy put his dick in another guy's butt,
Right.
what's the lowest number you would need to make a full circle?
oh man,
Well, it depends on the length of the penis.
I think
That's
it depends on the
that's a good
length.
point.
I think it depends on flexibility, /
Flexibility.
natural curvature.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
Because if you get a bunch of people and then just the
thickness
last
of
dick
ass.
is just
You
whoop,
need
the
every-
other way
For sure.
outside of
you
the
could get
circle.
lucky and get 4 guys with 90 degrees.
right.
And that might need 4
5.
or 5.
6.
I can see that.
I could see that. Yeah.
I can see that. happening.
6, perhaps 9.
Yeah, let's just do
Wow.
a mock on The Office where every conversation is about gay
I
sex. Yes.
every episode, I think to myself, this is the most off the rails we have ever been. Last time in the Halloween episode, we kept changing costumes, and I'm like, that was cute. That was like planned. This is like we have talked about gay sex
So much.
for so much of the length of this podcast.
I kind of. Do I have any gay sex?
Do I have
Comedy
any?
coming up?
Do I have any gay? Oh, that's just my
I have
search
more.
history.
Well, not exactly, but I kind of a little. So guys going through airport security, get stopped. They search his bag and they pull out like a brick of cocaine, and that guy who has his bag searched is like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I forgot to declare. That's my emotional support cocaine." He's like, sorry, let me.
It's
he,
legal.
He reaches into his backpack and like puts a little like a vest on the brick of cocaine, and it's just like says like service brick and like the like red Velcro letters around it. And he's like, I just get really nervous on flights.
I just get. It was prescribed to me by my doctor.
Well, he calls himself Doc. I don't really.
I don't really ask
I don't
questions.
really ask
It's not
questions.
really the kind of place where you can do that.
I like having the long drawn out once again conversation of the guy who's like, no, this is fine. Like this is okay, and there's nothing wrong with what is happening right now. Same energy.
I love the idea of like buying your own seat for your emotional support cocaine and then having to be the person in standby who's like watching somebody get onto the plane and knowing that your seat has been taken by a brick of
Yeah, that's a beautiful moment for like to put in like the Home Alone thing where the mom's like, I have to get home to my children, and he's like, sorry, ma'am, my seats are taken. Me and this little guy, we've got a flight to catch. Jordan, what you got?
I thought of an idea just now where it's like, an event. You get sent back in time, and some time wizard or whatever is like, I sent you here to do a very important job. It's like the 1990s.
Okay.
And they're like, I sent you here to do something very important to prevent a horrible event from happening. The guy's like, oh my God. Like, is it like 9/11? Am I supposed to stop 9/11? Am I supposed to stop like the financial crisis of 2008? Like, what did you bring me here for? And he like starts like planning everything out. And like the guy like who brought him there comes back later. And he's like, yo, what the hell are you doing? What is all this like 9/11 stuff? And he's like, oh, I thought that's what you wanted me to do. And he's like, no, like it's about Kramer at the Laugh Factory. Like, why did you think I brought you here? You have to stop him.
He goes on in 20 minutes.
He goes on. It's like, dude, I was trying to. The thing is that like I can't think of a bad event that also happened in 2006 for it to be. You know, I don't know.
I went to kindergarten.
It's a little.
That was a downward spiral.
It's a little
from
that.
there.
Put that sketch in the oven because it's a little half baked.
Okay.
I like how I was like, we're getting too offensive here, and then I brought up Kramer saying
Right,
the N-word and also 9/11.
in one sketch.
I'm gonna get fired.
Nobody watches this.
I know.
We're all right. All right. Hit us, Carter.
All right. So it's like an investigative journalism piece, like Vice News style.
Ooh, I like that.
So bad.
Of course.
Sorry.
Of course. About a community hit by drug use.
Mm.
But instead of like a small Ohio town hit by, you know,
Heroin,
opioids
sure,
or
yeah,
heroin, it's Mormons with caffeine.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you guys know this, but Mormons can't.
They can't drink.
Mormons can't have caffeine. That's
No.
really?
It is.
No way.
According to the Mormons, there's something
Yeah.
about
Whoa.
hot beverages and.
But
And you're not going to
can't-
believe this either. They don't let them have gay sex.
no way.
Oh.
And
That's
coffee?
even worse. No safe sex, no coffee. It's like a San Francisco kid's worst nightmare. Or my worst nightmare. It kind of.
That's
depending on who you're
fascinating to
asking.
me. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, sorry. Go
Well,
on.
That's it. That's the
Oh,
concept.
the concept is like
That's the concept.
It's like
That's the-
the crisis has hit Utah hard.
Yes.
It's like one of those like film, like handheld film, and they're like kind of like on the stairs, like looking like discreetly like into the dining table, and you just see a guy like with this pot like pouring
You
it
see
into
some guy
like,
crushing up the beans and
Yeah.
like grinding them into something, and then just like puts it under his gums to get the caffeine faster.
and then they like it would also be pretty funny if they just had like an interaction that's like totally normal, and they're like, so it's 7 a.m. Why are you so awake right now?
Then he starts getting jittery. He's like,
He's
"Why
like-
are you shaking? It's just cocaine. It's just cocaine. I swear to God."
Jeremiah, I swear to God. If you guys have been watching the World Cup at all, which is well over at this point, but
It's over.
well, by the time we put it out.
Oh.
One of the things you'll notice from specifically American commentators is they feel this incessant need to insert facts and factoids and completely useless information about anything and everything, like as the game's going. Like they'll give you a player's backstory, they'll tell you random stats. Like the other day during one of the games, they were like, well, you know, actually, whenever they score first, 55% of the time they lose, so maybe it's good they haven't scored first. And I was like, I don't think they feel that way. But okay. it just annoys the fuck out of me. So I had this idea to do a sketch that's just an overly detailed sports commentator. So it's just like Costa making a run up the line. Now, he's been a huge playmaker this season, starting every game, and what an inspiring journey he's had to get to this point. Growing up in New Jersey, playing every day after school, and according to his third grade teacher, pissed his pants every day in class. And the other commentator's like, that's right, John. And that trend continued all the way through his time at community college, where he was scouted for the national team, making you wonder whether it actually helped him stand out from the crowd. Giovanni on the ball now, and what a player he's been this season. Now, we have his text messages to his wife last night. You'll notice he said, I love you at 8:53 p.m. She did not reply until 8:58. Now, John, I was never great at math, but that's a 5-minute difference. And it really makes you wonder what she's getting up to in that time period. He's like, well, some people will say that's a completely normal sponsor time, but Giovanni here is incredibly paranoid. His head constantly on a swivel. It's what makes him such a great defender, and ultimately what will likely cause his marriage to crumble from beneath his feet. So yeah, I'd love to do that. And honestly, why not introduce it in real sports games? Get more personal.
Yeah.
Get deeper in there. You know?
Yeah.
If you're gonna talk about his past, really talk about his
really talk
past.
about it.
Talk about that hit and run. That they don't want you to know about, but here on Fox Sports, we cover what matters.
Side note, was it Mark Wahlberg who blinded someone? No, Matthew Broderick. No.
What?
Oh, it was Chris Brown. Matthew Broderick ran over someone. Chris Brown, Matthew Broderick.
Dude, how did you go from Mark Wahlberg to... Why was Chris Brown the last? How did you...
They all look very similar, Levi.
They don't even like do the same thing. That's like the biggest thing. It's like, yeah, they don't look alike either. But like, what? They're not even
One of them ran over somebody. One of them blinded
I
somebody.
hope you're thinking about Caitlyn Jenner, because that
No.
would make this so much funnier if you were like talking about her fucking hit and run. Carter, you got one left?
You sure bet I do.
Here we go.
You know what it's time for. You
Okay.
already know.
Sex. No, I know Stuart.
Okay. Are you familiar with M. Night Shyamalan?
Okay, knowing this is Stuart Little is already feels like I'm kind of yes.
I've heard of
Yes,
M. Night
I've-
Shyamalan.
okay,
yeah.
yes.
He's been involved in a lot of really amazing movies over the year. You know, Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that one.
Split.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, no, those are great movies.
Stuart Little, and also. See, you're laughing, but it's not a joke. He was the screenwriter for Stuart Little.
It's so crazy.
Really?
He
I
was the
didn't know that.
He was the screenwriter for
He
Stuart
was
Little.
the screenwriter.
Yes.
Kid, are you telling me you've got some kind of sixth sense?
And cut. All right, that was excellent, everyone. Go ahead and take two. We'll be back in just a second here.
You know, Mr. The Night Shyamalan.
Mr. Night.
I gotta say, I am really excited about where this project is headed. I mean, we've got dead people. We got a crazy twist, which thank you, by the way, for dreaming that up. And of course, we have me, America's sweetheart, Bruce Willis.
You are America's sweetheart, Bruce. And listen, this has been going excellently. I've loved working with you. And I was curious as to whether you would be interested in starring in my next project.
I'm all ears. Hit me with it. I mean, I'm sure you've thought up some other crazy, suspenseful, twisty movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, not exactly. Picture this. We open to an orphanage.
Okay.
Family is there, trying to adopt a child. They get there, there's no kids there. But who is there? A mouse.
And he's just he's like giving away. He's like detailing the plot. He's running him through the whole thing.
So, what? The orphanage is haunted, or the mouse killed all those children? Oh my God, that is twisted.
No, Jesus Christ, he doesn't kill the children. The family adopts the mouse. They adopt the little anthropomorphic mouse and they raise him in a cozy Manhattan home.
What are you talking about?
Look, I'll fill you in a second. We gotta get this take one more time. Let's run it back, please.
Listen, kid. If you see dead people, and you can see me, wow. This is one sticky little situation we find ourselves in.
Okay, that was great. I'm just gonna give Bruce a couple notes here real quick. So, Bruce, let's think about your character here. You're interacting with this boy. He's going to be slow to trust you because he never really knew his real father.
Right, yeah.
You know, and he's a little bit different from the other kids. You know, maybe they call him a freak, you know? Maybe he has to have little tiny pants that are super cute and have a little hole for his little pink tail, you know?
What?
I'm just saying, you know, in order for you to connect with this boy, you should think about connecting with other well-known and beloved characters of cinema.
And he's just like, I don't really understand. Like, what's the twist? Like, he's just a rat. Like, what's so scary about a rat navigating the challenges of growing up in Manhattan? And as he's saying this, you can see that M. Night Shyamalan is furious. Because he's like,
Are you talking about the rat movie again?
His name is Stuart Little, and he's a mouse, you ignorant fuck.
You said he's a rat. He's a fucking mouse. You cretin.
Jesus, okay, I'm sorry. I have a hard time imagining how I'm supposed to connect with Stuart Little.
Listen, I don't have time to go into this right now. We need to do one more take. So let me just come back to this in just a second here. Okay, can we run this again, please?
I'm a ghost. That, I really didn't see coming. But I guess that explains the whole situation with my wife. I actually do kind of understand the twist now, now that I think about it.
All right, go ahead and cut, everyone. We'll come back in a second here. Bruce, look, are you playing Stuart Little or not?
You know, listen, Mr. The Night Shyamalan.
Now it's Mr. The
Mr. the Night.
Whatever. You know, but he's like,
I'm flattered. I really am. But I am Bruce fucking Willis, okay? The reality is I don't need this, and I'm sorry if that's hard to hear. I really am. But the truth is, I can keep churning out Die Hard movies, left and right and left and right, till they put me in my grave. I am never gonna star in a CGI vermin movie. You better goddamn believe it.
This summer, Bruce Willis, Gary Shandling, Steve Carell,
That rat fuck.
It's now the end of the episode, so we should probably... I mean, we also did Off Leash, which we've definitely plugged before. But if you haven't checked it out yet, you should definitely visit offleashnews.com. Check out all of the lovely and inspiring articles that Carter and the team have been working on. If you are a UW student, who the fuck is listening to this at UW? Anyways, you can find them from noon to 4 on Fridays. Check the Instagram story for where they are. Probably check the quad.
check the quad.
Check the quad.
I like how you just said nobody here listens to this at UW, and we're like, go to the quad.
Look. If someone's gonna do it,
you're right.
if they are, I'm gonna just keep.
And don't
keep
forget
pressing
to
through.
follow Off Leash News on Twitter,
Yes.
Instagram,
And maybe TikTok.
and even Reddit. You know what? All those Redditors
not?
out there.
Throw it in there.
Get on there. And obviously, if you haven't checked it out yet, go check out our Frog Rap song. If you're one of the 2 people that watch all the way to the end, though, I'm pretty confident that you've seen it. But go watch it again.
Go watch it.
Go. go play it for your niece. You know,
Yeah.
get it, spread the love. And I think that's all I have for right now. Anything else?
We're good. What should we end the episode on? I feel like we need like a catchphrase or a.
Gay sex.
Oh. Okay, cool.
I was kind of going for like a freeze frame.
Four-legged amphibian, and I'm hopping off no matter what the city is. Now I'm about to tell it to you like the Iliad, lily pad. Either way, now you gonna know what really is whoa. Let's slow it down a tad. She on my pole, I give a swim rash, and my fits fly 'cause I ate.